ready.
Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope you're nice and warm, because I am not. It's very cold in Cincinnati. I am freezing. I am literally freezing to death. So please, send a blanket in the P.O. box. Send some help. Anyways, this is my trillionth attempt to try to record an intro. This will be the intro. I do not care. This is the Clone Wars ATTE. Awesome vehicle. It's big. It's awesome. What can I say? It's about a decade old now. It's over a decade old, right? Like 11 years. Wow. Over 11 years, over a decade. That's quite a while over a decade. This thing is amazing. I didn't get it back in 2008 because I had the Lego ATTE, and a little 10-year-old me said, "Hey, that's fine. I don't need the toy one, the figure one. I just have the Lego one." But hey, now that I think I was like 19 when I ended up buying this thing. Hey, I have the money, and I got a really good deal on this. Thank you again. You know who you are that sold this to me. If you're watching this video, thank you very much. Anyways, this video itself was requested by Henry and his brother. So thanks for requesting this, guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. And thanks for being fans. I really appreciate it. This is gonna be a hard review, okay? Because it's really massive. It's taking up the whole review stage. So I'm gonna try my best. I think the first thing we should talk about is the figure it came with. Now, I did not get this figure when I bought the tank itself. I got this at a flea market for $1. Kind of beat up, kind of worn out. You can see he's kind of missing a piece of his visor there. He's missing a piece of his logo there. And he is horribly, horribly yellowed. That's what these 2008 clone troopers do, man. They yellow. And if you try to treat them in hydrogen peroxide, they give you the chemical equivalent of, man, screw you. And they just get even more yellowed. So, yeah, there you go. It's a good figure, though. The yellowing aside, it is a good figure. It has the standard Clone Wars figure articulation where it's got all the cool stuff going on. It's the standard 2008 clone. Besides, it has these little emblems, the marking of an ATTE, man. It's a little out of focus, but maybe we will be blessed with an image. There we go. Look at that. Oh, it's still not. There we go. Look at that. Ain't that a special emblem? Yeah, man, that's the most special emblem I've ever seen. Awesome. You get to stay in here for a while, and then we'll talk about you later. No, don't put me away. Too bad. Anyways, let's talk about the tank. The first thing you may notice is that, wow, it's got a really big turret on top. Yeah, that's kind of what makes it like an all-terrain tactical enforcer, because it's got a thing to enforce the tacticianry. Funny thing is, I plugged this in, and then I got a sound effect where it lit up here, and I was thinking, how does that work? You press the button, and then it goes, but it doesn't always go. It's a little picky. Let's move the camera up to the turret so you get a better look at that. It looks really good. It looks really nice. It has a little seat up there for a figure, and a figure can comfortably sit in there as well. Has a little thing up there, which awesomely, don't remember which button. I'll go over the sounds here soon, but you press a button.
Fire at will.
No, it wasn't that one. It's that one. You can see it actually has a little green console that lights up right there, which is really nice. And then the turret itself, these clear pieces, if you're familiar with toys at all, if something is clear, that means it's going to light up. So there we go. You press the button that fires the missile, which is right here, and then the missile fires, which is really cool. For some reason, though, mine, I got to show you this. It just kind of wants to pop out on its own. Oh, you're not going to do it now, huh? You're not going to do it now? You're the worst tank turret ever, man. And see, it doesn't even want to always do it. Oh well. Not every gimmick can be perfect. That's a shame. But oh well. We're all good. We're all fine. It does have a nice ratchet joint. But other than that, that's the turret. Said and done. Moving down to the front here and trying to move this thing and having to hold it. We have the cockpit, which is really cool, because you can lift that up and you can put a guy inside. It's almost like it's a cockpit or something. And hey, since I kind of put that guy into a bit of a timeout, I guess, let's put in the ATT Assault Squad gunner guy. Now he can be the leader. Also, those emblems are on the side of the ATT. I don't know if you can see that. That's cool. These things also turn. These seem to turn independently. They also move up and down, which is really cool. And surprise, surprise, they shoot missiles. And those things are pretty much going to always be gone unless you luck out and find one complete like I did. I don't think the bottom ones hinge like that, but they do turn, which is cool and very appreciated. Very nice thing going on there. Let's talk about the legs, so I don't have to talk about that ever again, because I don't want to move the legs. These front ones are on 3 joints. You have one right there. You have one right there. And it gets pretty good range, but you really just want to get in one pose and just be done with it, and then it has a joint there. The legs are really nice and durable, thank goodness, so you don't have to worry about them getting too loose on you. You got a joint there. Then the back legs are pretty similar. They got the 3 joints like the front legs do. And then the underbelly, if you want to take a look at that real quick, there you go. There's the underbelly. It's an underbelly of a giant beetle tank thing. Don't you love how the ATTE looks like a giant beetle? I love that. I just think whoever designed the ATTE over at Lucasfilm they want to make a giant beetle tank, and they did, and I love them for it. Anyways, we still have a few gimmicks to talk about. You saw this flap open here where I put him in timeout. Let's take him out of timeout because we have an interior to talk about. We have an interior in here with 4 seats. 4 seats to commandeer. Let me lift up the other flap because it's pretty much symmetrical on both sides. So what opens on this side opens on the other side. You can put troopers in. These troopers, though, on the edges, because of the hole for the leg, you have to have their knees bent, I believe. Get them in there. There we go. There's my boy, and then you can just have the others in there. All nice and good. I also really like the detail of the steps. I think it's really nice. So it's not just like they're having to imaginary... I mean, it is kind of imaginary where they just go in like that. But still, I appreciate that detail, so you don't just have to have them hover like a Jedi and then put them in there. Really cool detail. Really appreciated. Then you also have this little space up here for any weapon storage. Man, it's one of those toys where they seriously wanted to use every little bit of space they had, and I really appreciate them for it. Okay, last big thing to talk about is the back. The back has this massive, massive, awesome gimmick, and thankfully I have the space to show you. Also has turrets back here, which is really cool. But you push this button up here.
Move out. Let's go.
Man, that is cool. This whole back section here was one of the big selling points for me. One of the big reasons why I was really thinking about getting it. Because the Lego ATTE, the space back here, it's just some seats for the clones to just sit down. It doesn't have the biggest, nicest interior. This, though, this has this, which actually has pegs, where you can peg troopers on and have them all rushing out, which is really awesome. I use this for my Geonosis display, so I have a few troopers rushing out of it in my Geonosis display. These sections don't really have any detail, but that's okay. We'll get into the interior here in a little bit, but still, it's a lot of nice space, and I really do appreciate it. And then you just press it again, and it's going to be the same sound effects. It's not going to be anything new or different. And if these do get caught... you can see how they just flap down. I really do appreciate the ease of that, so I don't feel like they're going to break at all. Like I said, man, they just really put a lot of attention and detail into this thing. So you do have an on-off switch just above the, or just below the turret, I should say. So I turned it off so it doesn't make any noise anymore. But it does have 3 buttons. The first button is just a walking sound effect. The second button is some voice clips.
All forward positions are advancing. Approaching droid perimeter. We are undetected. All units, fire at will. All units attack. The droid army is in full retreat.
I really do love the mix of clone voice actors. You got Tamora Morrison, D. Bradley Baker, and the guy that did them in the original cartoon that I always forget, but he's one of my favorites. And then finally, the last button is the cannon, and you can see the light up there again. With pretty much all that said and done, let's get inside and look at the interior. What I love about this vehicle is that it is a toy, and it is not ashamed about it. It just has so many cool little play features inside this. Nothing like super spectacular, like more lights and sounds, but still, you still have the ladder that continues, or the steps, I should say. I keep calling it a ladder. That continues here. You have various pegs where the troopers can stand around, which is really awesome. You have these rails where the troopers can hold on to, and you may think, oh, those rails look really dumb. I don't want them in there. It just waste space. You can just pop them out, and you have tons of extra space to use. I really do appreciate that. I just keep them in there because I don't have too many troopers inside this space, so I don't have to worry about it too much. You also have these little holes over here. Let me pop this one out too. You have these little holes over here where you can put rifles. I really do appreciate that. I don't even know if you... Yeah, there we go. You can see it. You also have this hole here, which actually on this side, I have a couple guns already stored in there. You can just put them in there, and I really do appreciate that because you don't always want your troopers armed up. I know when I was a kid and I was playing with toys, I didn't always want my troopers fighting. I kind of liked playing with them at their downtime. Not literally like that, but in their downtime, if they're just chilling inside the ATTE, just, you know, taking a break, troopers getting ready for battle instead of troopers constantly battling. So you have the ability to store their weapons. You have little screens here where they can stand and they can hold this thing and they can look at the screen saying, oh man, there's something on the screen. It's really making me tired and sleepy. It's an awesome toy and I love it. Even have a little detail of a door, kind of, sort of, back here. I don't know, man. It's just some detail that's there. I'm just feeling around. Is there anything else I missed? I don't think so. I think that is the ATTE in a nutshell. So there we go. There's my review of the Clone Wars ATTE. I figured I would show off some of my boys, some 212ths pouring out of it. Cody is back there not doing anything because I just took him off the shelf where he's talking to Obi-Wan. I didn't want to bother reposing him, so I didn't. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you consider buying yourself an ATTE if you find it for a good deal and if you have the money when you find it, because it's an awesome vehicle. It's a relic of the golden age of Star Wars toy collecting, which I feel is around 2007 to 2009-10, the absolute golden age. I loved it, and I wish we could go back, but no, we're in the dark ages currently. We've been in them for a little bit. Hopefully, maybe someday soon, we can get out of the dark ages, the dark times before Disney, and we can return to something like this. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links down in the description below, as well as my P.O. Box address if you want to send me some meme-erific goodness, as well as a blanket, because like I said, it's cold. You don't literally have to send me a blanket. That's just a joke. Have a good day, guys. May the Force be with you. Have a good day, Henry, and Henry's brother. I don't know your name, dude. Sorry, but thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Force be with you. I'm going to go and put this thing back on the shelf because, man, it's just too big to mess with right now. See ya!